Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here with American Mindbender. Today is Memorial Day 2020. And this is the first monument we stopped at. This monument has been erected in memory of the soldiers of the state of Florida who took part in a battle fought here September 19th and 20, 1863, whether they fell in battle or lived to render further service to their state and to their country. So we can back up and show you this monument. It's quite nice, actually, built out of granite with a bronze statue. Let's see if we can get him in there. There you go. Very nice monument built to those in Florida who fought for our side in the Civil War of this battle of 1863. Hey guys, Deplorable Bobby here with American Mindbender. And today we're fixing to take a tour in our cars of different places and different battles that took place here at Chickamauga battlefield. I'll try to get this in here so y'all can see how close the fighting actually was in this rendition. It says in the morning, September 20th, 1863, General Braxton Bragg had organized his Confederate Army into two wings, Longstreet on the left and Polk here on the right. And now I want y'all to listen to a recording that they play here. It can tell you much more than I can.
Private August Brotnover, a Union infantryman, wrote this account of the action here on September 20th. Brotnover served in the 10th Wisconsin Infantry.
As soon as it was light, we were marched to the front, in line with the rest of our brigade. By this time, we were in good fighting condition. Everybody was anxious to go ahead and do something. We were about out of provisions, too. Even water was scarce with us. All the forenoon, we were moved around in the woods without seeing the enemy. The bullets came by our heads and several men were hit. Then we were ordered to lay up logs for breastworks and get behind it quick. The rebels frequently advanced on our left while we were rolling logs together. Later the attack became more general along our line. We had to work on our breastworks at intervals when we were not being attacked. Gradually, we put in logs crosswise to protect ourselves so that we had no trouble to drive them back. We began to let them get quite near to us before firing, and in that way did great execution. We could see the line come up through the underbrush in good order, then waver, and a number would fall, and the rest would turn and be out of sight in a minute.
And there you have it. And finally, at 9:30 a.m., Major General John C. Breckinridge Confederate Division struck the Union breastworks at this point, and other Confederate units joined them as the attack spread southward along the line of the monuments behind us. And as you'll see, we have monuments starting way down there, and they're coming all the way around and up. So we're going to take a short stroll down this pathway, and we're going to take a look at some of these monuments that have been left here for these fallen soldiers and the brave ones who were wounded and survived. We'll go all the way to the bottom and then we'll talk about them as we come back up. But isn't it beautiful here in Georgia on a Monday afternoon? I tell you, when you're in a place like this, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Hear the birds? It's really beautiful up here where Mindbender lives. But all through here, all through this area here, there was fighting. Brother against brother, father against son. Many people died needlessly for that needless war. We had brigades here from all over the nation. And here, as we see, the first American flag that we've seen planted. This is a monument of the 35th Indiana, 3rd Brigade, Barnes, 3rd Division, Van Cleve, 21st Corps, Cretin. So there you have it, my friends. They came as far as from Indiana to fight this battle here on Georgia soil. There's monuments on down the way over there. I think we'll walk on down for a while and we'll catch these. And there's a small monument here. 99th Regiment of Ohio. How about that? Barnes Brigade. September 1863. So you see they're coming from all over the nation. We even have some from Minnesota and all across the Midwest. I never realized until I started doing research on the Civil War that there were so many people here from all over the country fighting so far away from home. You know, that had to be terrible for those men in those days. You know, they would have battles and they would have 60,000 men die on the battlefield that day. And it was a terrible thing. It was a terrible, terrible thing. A lot of people want to say it was because of slavery. Well, I will admit that slavery may have played a small part in it, but it was mainly about the Industrial Revolution and the revolution they were having in the northern states and all the taxes they were imposing on the people. And here we were, simple cotton farmers, not bothering anybody, and they wanted to make us pay. They wanted to make us pay taxes just like the guys in the north did, but we refused. And that, my friends, is the cause of the war between the states. I'm not going to say that slavery didn't play a part, but it was not the main factor. The main factor was what it is today. Money. It's all about the money. Okay, we got one more up here at the top of the hill. I hope there aren't too many more going that way.
I'm not sure either.
No, it's just like these monuments just keep going.
Yeah, this is actually the oldest park.
Yeah.
Federal Park as far as commemorates to the soldiers. This is the oldest.
All right, I didn't know that.
Designated in 1890.
1890, this area here that you're seeing became the first national park in the United States. This is a tribute to Indiana and to her 13th Regiment of Infantry. Lieutenant Colonel Orrin D. Hurd commanding. September 19th, 1863, this regiment with its brigade came to the field near Crawfish Springs, which we're going to see here in a little while, I hope, and that the Illinois had been moved to the left and they went into action north of the Brook field, driving the enemy some distance in a bitter contested struggle. So, did you see that pond back over here?
Yeah, I was walking down that little trail, see where it is.
But as you can see, we are in North Georgia. You can see the hills and how they grow, and just go up the hill over there. And we were talking about coming up here. The whole time I left my house, I was going uphill, and finally I got up here to the mountain, and thanks to American Mindbender, we're taking a stroll through history. We're going to turn around down here at this. Oh, see there? Not watching where I'm going. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be the end of the trail. Yeah, for this one. Looks like it goes back up around to the left, but it just gets farther and farther away. Could you imagine fighting in this? Here we are, Illinois. 84th Infantry, Crosses Brigade. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., September 20th, 1863. That was the time that they fought.
Like an incline right there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is. There's an incline going all the way up and around. And,
just a strategic point for yourself.
you have to remember, most of the trees that are here now were mowed down back in that time, because they cut down most of the trees to make barricades and you know, fortresses and stuff like that here in the battlefield area. All these trees you're seeing here today are all under 100 years old for sure. Thank you, I'm an old man, mind bender. We got back to that place I tripped going down and he made sure I didn't trip this time. All right, let's see what's on this monument here.
I think that was Illinois also.
Is it Illinois as well? Yes, it is. 79th Infantry. 79th Infantry. You know, I have a feeling that these were Union soldiers. No, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that Illinois was part of the South.
No, I don't think so.
And I don't really think Indiana was either.
I don't think so either.
I'd have to go back and do some research. Yeah, here it just tells us that we had the 79th Illinois, 29th Indiana, 30th Indiana, and the 20th Battery. Uh-oh, there's my name right there. Look at there.
Yeah, it is.
I have 2 T's in mine as well, but I got rid of that name. I dropped a T. Another Indiana tribute. These are pretty massive monuments here, guys. I mean, they're several tons for sure.
Decorated pretty nice.
And they are. They're decorated nice. They have the nice wreath and laurels and all that, you know, on the side. So it is quite nice with the pyramid on top.
I'll see you now.
And now we have the 9th Kentucky Infantry Volunteer Soldiers, U.S. So that means that they were Union soldiers.
Yep.
But we're walking on the Union lines right now, I do believe. 51st Regiment, Ohio Infantry, Barnes Brigade. Same dates. But see, all through these woods here, these guys were dug in. You know, they'd felled all the trees and they'd made all kinds of bulwarks and things like that for protection. So they were dug in when it was time for battle. You can't see it, but way over yonder, through all those trees, is a big battlefield, a big meadow. And that's where part of the battle stemmed from. Bear with us as we go up through here.
Cut to your left here. Get on the path.
Oh, he's telling me where to walk.
Yeah.
I was walking in the grass hoping not to get my soles clogged with mud, but I don't know. He's afraid I'll fall since I'm such an old man. Of course, I am sort of winded already.
So chewing bubblegum and walking can be a challenge.
A little long walking and talking.
Yeah.
And here we'll come up to these next few monuments, and then we'll move on to another location.
Yeah, pretty big area, actually, it is.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be able, I don't think, to keep adding to this video. I'll keep trying as we have to stop it after we get ready to move it. I know y'all don't want to see us riding around in the car. 35th Indiana, 3rd Infantry. So there was a lot of people from across the nation here. But they were small bands, to be honest with you. It took all of them together to make an army. This is a 19th U.S. Infantry Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Corps, Regular Brigade, U.S. Infantry. Anytime you see U.S. on a tombstone or on a belt buckle or anything used by the North, it will say U.S. So we are walking the northern line right now. We'll have to drive on down a little bit further and we'll be able to see maybe the Confederate lines. Here again, this one's very nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's really nice. 16th Infantry, U.S. You see there?
That's pretty cool detail.
It is. It's got great detail. Look at the folds in his pants.
That's neat.
Yeah, in his jacket. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful monument. In memory of the officers and enlisted men of the 16th U.S. Infantry who were killed or died of their wounds received on this field, September 19th and September 20th, 1863. Casualties, 14 officers, 187 men. And this here says the same thing, except it was 14 officers and 262 men wounded, with eight casualties and 158 men. This is also another very nice monument. Very nice. Like I say, it's got all the detail of the soldier. 15th U.S. Infantry.
Tennessee on it.
Doesn't it?
That little stone.
Probably why they got it turned that way. Yeah. All of these monuments in here are very nice. Here we are again. This is the 18th U.S. Infantry, 3rd Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Corps, September 19th and 20th, 1863. They engaged 587 engaged, 45 killed, 159 wounded, 91 missing. Total loss 295 men. And this, of course, is a very beautiful monument. And I will admit, the Northern Army deserve their monuments just like the Southern Army does. They all lived and died for what they believed in. Here we go. Here we are, standing tall. Standing tall like this monument right here. And of course you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but their stars are shown on the flag at the top. Plus it also says it was the 10th Wisconsin Infantry of the 14th Corps, U.S. So that means this was also a Northern monument.
That's pretty popular there, that acorn. You see it
Oh yeah, look at this, guys.
Yeah.
This is red marble, polished into an acorn. That is really, really nice. And this is to commemorate 2nd Ohio Infantry, Scribner's Brigade, Bradford's Division, 14th Army Corps. That's actually red granite and white granite together. It's very, very beautiful. And then up here we have more polished granite. And this is going to be gray granite. Another acorn type statue on the top of this monument. 33rd Ohio Infantry. Colonel Oscar F. Moore commanding. Scribner's Brigade, Baird's Division, 14th Army Corps. So, I don't know a lot about Ohio, but I take it that the acorns mean a lot in Ohio.
Actually, I think they use that throughout the country as some form of a seal for something.
As you can see, nothing but woods, either side. We get up here out of the woods and we get into the break of the field or the big meadow. That'll actually be where the heat of the fighting was taking place during this time. And you have to remember, the Civil War was just really getting started at this time. It went until 1865 when it was finally ended. And here again, another very nice monument. 94th Infantry, 1st Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Army Corps. I don't think we're breaking the speed limit in here either walking. So.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I should have wore a tank top or something. I'm sweating like a pig. It's a good walk. We'll we'll get up here to the end and we'll cut off this video, and hopefully we can restart it. If not, we'll start a new one and I'll just do 2 videos. Maybe I'll have it in parts and pieces, but we're going to get it out to you today. I want to thank American Mindbender for inviting me up. Fed me lunch, brought me out here, taking this walk with me. It's really cool. 1st Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Corps, 13th Regiment, Indiana Infantry. Yeah, anything from the Mason-Dixon line on up is pretty much considered a northern state. We were looking at these cannons a while ago before we started filming, and I was surprised to see that they weighed as much as they do. These barrels alone weigh 1,230 to 1,240 pounds each, just the barrel.
Those are the original.
Yeah, these are the real cannons, guys. They're green because they're made out of copper. 2nd Brigade, Starkweather, 1st Division, Baird, 14th Corps, Thomas, 4th Infantry, Indiana Battery. And we're coming on around here, and let's take a look at this.
Yeah, I should say you hold it. You can talk to them about it.
There you
the
go.
Dates on it.
Yeah, as you can look right here, it tells you the tonnage or the weight. It's 1,200.
21.
No.
No.
Hang on, 1,200 and
Maybe 30. That's 21.
80.
80? Okay.
Yeah, 1,281 pounds. This is the heaviest one we found yet.
Wow.
Its number was number 68 in that production line, and the production number was 1863. That was the year it was made. And it was made by the TJR company, Advanced Copper something there. So yeah, these are all built out of copper. They ask that we don't climb on them, and I don't have any intentions of doing so.
I want to ride a cannon.
It'd be a rough ride, I guarantee you. Thank you, Mindbender. All right, we're going to walk around this curve a little bit. We're going to pass these cannons over here, and we're going to find our way back over to the car.
That's what I say. We got to walk back, don't we?
Yeah. So we're going to walk back, take it slow and easy, maybe smoke a cigarette on the way. Maybe sit down and smoke a cigarette before we head back.
Oh, that's a cool monument up
Here we go.
there. Flag. That's Wisconsin here.
Yeah, Wisconsin. 1st Wisconsin Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Corps.
That one looks thick. That cannon does. It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
short and stout, don't it?
Yeah, it looks like that's made from a different mold than these are.
Yeah. What do we got here?
What do we have here? Can't read these.
Yeah, that's an old baby.
You barely read that 8-0 there. Yeah, looks like these have had,
That's a short stun nose.
yeah, they've been ground down or something. They don't have all the markings that the other ones had. They have one mark at the top, so those must be before they started doing all that good stuff.
That's a cool monument.
Now this is really cool. I love bronze statues. People, this stuff ain't cheap. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the 79th Regiment, Pennsylvania Veteran Volunteer Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, 14th Corps. Colonel Henry A. Hambright commanding. And there again you see the acorn on the monument. But this is from Pennsylvania. And we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that these are U.S. troops. These are parts of the Union Army.
Is that a coat of arms shield right there?
And that is, I can't get quite to it, but there's a coat of arms there. It has 2 stallions on either side of a shield. Not sure what that meant. And we do have a flag placed there, which is great. I regret that I didn't think about bringing a few flags up here to stick in the ground. So that was my bad. And, next time I'll be sure to do that. And again, we're coming up on an Illinois monument. 24th Infantry, 2nd Brigade, Starkweather, 1st Division, Baird, 14th Army Corps of Engineers, Thomas. So you see those Yankees, they like putting nice monuments down here. But that's okay. I'm all for them, man. You know, I didn't fight that fight. It wasn't my place to fight it. It's certainly not my place to refight it now. Accept the outcome, continue to march, and don't never forget who you serve. All right, Wisconsin. 21st Wisconsin Infantry, Colonel Harrison H. Hobart. There's the acorn again. Acorn. 2nd Brigade, Bear Division, Thomas Corps. All right, we're gonna stop the video now and we're gonna take a return walk. Oh, and by the way, look at that. That is red marble. Isn't that beautiful? Red marble. And by the way, we have a place in Georgia called Marble Hill. And they get some of the best marble in the world from there. But this is red granite polished, not marble. And then you also have a white granite base. So don't let me misspeak and call that something it's not. So we'll see you in a little bit, one way or the other. Until then, bye-bye. All right, guys. We've went back to the car and went down the road a piece. We thought we'd find some Confederate monuments, but as of yet, we're looking at Ohio infantry still. So we thought we'd come out here and take a walk through this waist-out grass. Just see what they've got out here in this field way over there. So we're going to cross this little road here. As you can see over here, just the other side of those trees is the actual battlefield. All right, we're coming up on these monuments now. Quite a few of them, as you can see them strewn across the field out there. Let's see who we're talking about. We're talking about Bell's Bridge, Woods Division, Ogle Grenville Corps. Okay. You can see the grass is really high. I'm right here in front of it. Michigan. See, we're still looking. Didn't the Union had a lot of soldiers out here? A lot of soldiers. Well, from the looks of it, and the way the cannons are all facing, the Confederate troops are going to be way back there in those woods somewhere. And as of yet, we haven't found any access back to that. Yeah, here we go again. In Indiana. There are some beautiful monuments out here in this field. This field also is part of the battlefield. So I'm going to try to restart this video. Now, probably not. If it doesn't work, I'll have to start a whole new video and do it in a series. So for now, I'm going to sign off with Michigan. See if I can find us some southern monuments. Alright guys, we've made it around. We're standing in a lot of wind. I hope it's not too much on the microphone. But we're standing around here and you can look down at that field below. Of course you see the cars down in the parking lot. This is what a battlefield looked like back in 1862. Pardon me, 1863. And of course we still have monuments all through here. And here we have a tower going up 80 feet. It's closed right now, or we could go in and we could take shots. You'll see those slots in the side. Those are sniper holes where they can shoot out at people out here and around this monument. But we're going to keep walking. We're on the northern side still. One of these days we're finally going to find some Confederate monuments, but as of right now it looks like the North has been spending a lot of money on monuments. So as soon as we find some Confederate monuments, we'll bring them to you. American Mindbender, Deplorable Bobby, signing off one more time. We'll be back shortly. Okay, we have come around to Snodgrass Hill. As you can see out through there, there's cannons and plenty of monuments way out there. We're going to walk over here a little bit to this cabin. There's your outside view of it. Pardon me. We can look at our outside the cabin, and we got this huge field out there. And that was the field of battle. And this meager cabin that was owned by the Snodgrass family was taken over by Union forces and used as a field hospital. The South used it as well, but they vacated it and the Union took over, and when they left in a rush, they failed to take the wounded that were in this meager little cottage. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the fireplace is over there. I don't know if you can quite see it. Bars on the doors and the windows. Got to protect this old place because people, believe it or not, like to tear this kind of stuff down. It's a beautiful old cabin. You can see how it was put together with mortise and tenon. It's amazing. It's amazing they did that and got it all in here. And then now the Snodgrass house is simply a reminder of the many wounded and dead that came through this little house. Just remember, out here was all the fighting. And this little cabin is where they brought the wounded. It's a crying shame that Memorial Day has to be a day at all. But we have to remember these brave young men and women who gave their all so that we could have a country and a constitution. Do me a favor. Hold this for me if you would.
Yeah.
On that picture. Yep. It says here, the agony of the wounded. The Snodgrass family served as a field hospital. In 1863, George Snodgrass and his family of 9 lived in that log house I just showed you. On the second day of the Battle of Chickamauga, Union forces made a desperate stand in the woods and the fields surrounding the cabin, forcing the Snodgrass family to take cover in a nearby ravine with other refugees. Thousands fell as Confederates attacked Union positions on Snodgrass Hill that afternoon. It was some of the war's bloodiest fighting, and the Snodgrass cabin was soon filled with wounded. That evening the Federals evacuated, leaving behind many wounded who could not be moved. For several days the injured soldiers from both sides were treated here. Army doctors found it difficult to cope with the great numbers of casualties and the ghastly wounds. Amputation was the standard treatment for arms and legs smashed by bullets or shells. Anesthetics such as chloroform and either were in use during this period, but it was in very short supply here at Chickamauga. In this picture that you're seeing here, a Confederate surgeon amputates a soldier's arm in an effort to save his life. Amputations needed to be performed quickly, in 15 minutes or less, under battlefield conditions. Could you imagine having a leg or an arm amputated because of an extensive, massive wound that can't be treated, and they have no chloroform, they have no whiskey, they have nothing, no anesthetic of any kind to give you, and they literally cut your arm or your leg off? Because of the proximity to the heavy fighting on Snodgrass Hill, the Snodgrass cabin was used by both armies as a hospital, and the building has been restored by the National Park Service. So we want to thank those people in the Snodgrass family for vacating their homes so that some of these wounded could be treated. You know, many times houses and homes and even little cabins like these were taken over by force and used by both armies. So we can at least say that this little meager cabin on top of this hill performed a service for both sides who suffered in the war. And that's what we need to remember. Both sides, North and South, men and women, boys and girls, all suffered, and many, many died. And that's why we're here, remembering Memorial Day, the day that we remember our dead and our wounded who fought so valiantly for this country. I want to thank my friend, American Mindbender, for coming up here with me and taking me through all this area. It's been a blessing and a pleasure. So I want to thank him. Mindbender, thank you so much. Thank you, my friend.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
We'll do it again. We're going to do the Trail of Tears here one day. We've got to figure out where our start and stop points are. Not sure if I'm going to bring you another short video or not today. It's getting later in the afternoon, and I'm going to have to be heading home soon. But I may be back. I may not. And either way, I'll get these videos posted as quick as I can, and I'll try to keep them in order. Until then, I'm out of here.